Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael and today I'm going to be sharing with you one of the bases for a lot of the Puerto Rican dishes, Spanish dishes around the world, and that is a sofrito. And that is a combination of several ingredients, and I'm going to show you what's in my sofrito. Everybody's family that makes these is going to be a little bit different. There's not a lot of commonality to it other than there's the same ingredients but different amounts of what everybody puts in them. So this is my version of my sofrito. So I've got, one of the ingredients here that I've got is called Culantro, and it is kind of a ribbed kind of a green. You'll see it here. It has a really good fragrance to it. It's really aromatic. If you can't find a Culantro, this is a bunch of Culantro that I got at the store. You can substitute cilantro for that. And I've got a bunch of cilantro that I've got here. So I've got one bunch of the Culantro and one bunch of cilantro, and I have washed those thoroughly. I washed them about 3 times because they are fairly dirty when you get them, and I did cut the ends of them off. So I've got those in my salad spinner here. That's where I've got that right now. Then I've got 1 onion, and this a fairly good sized onion, kind of the size of my hand. And with this, it's very forgiving. You can cut these in fairly big chunks because they're going to be using a food processor to cut these up. So just want to kind of cut them in big chunks, and don't have to get really small with a lot of these things. And that's what we'll do with those. Then I've got some yellow peppers here. I've got 2 yellow peppers. A lot of the recipes you'll find will have green peppers in them, and this just kind of adds a little bit of color to it, and I like the yellow ones and the red ones. So this is 2 of the yellow bell peppers that I've got here. Then I've got garlic. This is probably close to 2 bulbs of garlic, and I have taken them and I've cut the ends of them off, and I've taken the little paper kind of skin that's on them, taken all of that off because you don't want that in your food. So I've got about maybe close to 2 bulbs of garlic on that. So it's all going to vary depending on your taste, what you like. If you don't like a lot of garlic, you can cut back on that. Same with the onion and a lot of these other things that's in here. So this is the basic ingredients of what you're going to find in most of them. And then I've got these dulces. These are sweet peppers, and they come like this. If you can't find these, you can use the little colored ones. They're yellow and red. You can find them in the little bags in the supermarket. I happen to live in an area where I can get these, and they also look like one that's called it's a habanero. You definitely don't want that one. Unless you like some hot spice to your food, you maybe could substitute some of these for that. But definitely you want the sweet ones. And these are the ají dulces, or sweet peppers, little peppers. And they come with a little stem on them. They're very easy to take care of. You take them off and you can pop them open. And you can see they're just like a bell pepper. They've got little seeds in them. And you want to clean all of that out and discard all of that. And when you get that done, they'll look like that, where they're all cleaned out and ready to go. So I've got 2 here that I'll work on before I put them in my food processor. And those are the 6 ingredients that most sofritos will have in them, and different variations of those. I'm going to be using a food processor today. I do like the consistency that gives me. It doesn't make it really soupy and watery. If you've got a blender, you can use that as well. So I happen to like this a little bit better with the consistency that I get with it. So I'm going to finish cleaning up these last 2 peppers that I have here, and I will get started with the food processor, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and I've got the last couple of peppers there that I cleaned up on those. That's probably about maybe cup and a half of those. They come in a pack, just a normal pack with some cellophane wrapped around them. And there was probably about 20 in that pack, so that's probably about a cup and a half I've got of those. So we've got the 6 ingredients, and we'll get started with that. So what you want to do is, I'm just using this regular blade that comes in mine here, and we're going to be putting in just a handful of each of these and getting them all mixed together. And then once we're done, we'll take it all out, and then I'll give it one last mix. But definitely we want to mix this all up and get it all combined into one item for our foods. So like I said earlier, this is a lot of the base for a lot of the Spanish foods. You can use them in beans and soups and stews, and I'll be making some of those recipes and showing you how I use this. So definitely stick around for those videos coming out in the future. So let's get started. So we'll take a little bit of the culantro and we'll put it in our food processor, and we'll take some of the cilantro here and a few of the bell peppers, put some of those around in there, and some of the sweet peppers. And I'll grab one of these onions and we'll just kind of break it apart here. And I'll put some garlic in there. And then we're going to turn it on and start it up. All right, so that we'll continue to add that. And I will show you at the end what that looks like. I'll eventually add all of my ingredients in here for the sofrito. So stick around for that. I'll be right back with it. All right, I am back and I've taken all of my ingredients now. I took half of the batch out and I put it in a bowl. And I have the second half of the batch here that I've got here that I'll take out and I'll put in that bowl also. And we'll give that a little mix together. Be careful as you remove this blade as it is sharp. I don't have to tell you that these are really sharp. And we'll put these together in this bowl. We'll make sure we get all that goodness out of there from all of those vegetables and things. All right. Put that back over here. And there we have it. I'm going to give this a good little mix through to make sure that I get all of the ingredients all combined up from both batches and show you what this looks like. So it has a consistency. You can see here mine is a little bit thicker, which I like. You know, you can definitely use a blender for that and make it a little bit more on the watery side, but I definitely like the consistency that I have here. So you can put this, you want to make sure that you put this in an airtight container in your refrigerator. Like I say, it's very aromatic, and it will, if you don't cover it up, you might get some flavors in your ice and things in your refrigerator that you might not want. So definitely keep that up because you've got garlic and you've got your onions in here that are, you know, that will get out. So make sure you put that in a sealed container. That's one trick and reminder that I'll do you for that. So what I'm going to do with mine is I've got these ice cube trays, and I am going to freeze mine. So I'm going to be putting the scoops, spoons of this in each one of these. So each one of these takes about 1 spoon. So if you're using a recipe and you use a couple, 2 or 3 spoons of that, you can tell by how many spoons you've got here, which one of these little places hold in this ice tray. So I'm going to take this and I'll freeze it, and I'm going to wrap this up. So I have a gallon Ziploc bag that I'm going to do the same thing as if I was putting it in the refrigerator. Luckily this one fits right in this bag and I can seal it right up. If you don't have that, you want to put it, maybe put some foil around it and then some cellophane, 2 or 3 layers around it to put it in there, because, or you've got a little refrigerator that you might want to put it in. You can definitely do that. Once this freezes, and you can pop these out of these little trays and then use the cellophane bag to put it back in the freezer and just keep it that way. And when you need it, you just pull it out and there you go. So this is my version of sofrito. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have, definitely like and subscribe below and check out one of these other videos over here. You might find something interesting that you like. So definitely thank you for staying with me today. Again, this is my version of sofrito, and thanks and enjoy. Bye-bye now.